Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to Impact Final Resolution, our first pay-per-view as Impact Wrestling, and also our final show of 2020. We've had 5. But looking forward to it. As I say, the build-up's been good over the 4 taped episodes. We have been able to recruit a few people for this particular show over that 4-week period. And despite the initial doubt of how we're going to do financially, at the moment we're in profit. Whether that remains the case after this, I would like to hope so though, with us being on a variety of networks, with us having a fairly decent attendance today. We're looking at 1.2 thousand in attendance, and the sponsorship goes up and up, so hopefully we can reinvest that into more workers, we can reinvest that into plenty of things that can hopefully open up the avenue for us to take this company very far, and to get us to war with WWE and AEW. I've managed to add a few things as well, so in terms of penalties, I think there's only 1 or 2 we will get, and that is because of New Japan America, their American company or whatever it is they're running anyway, is basically, I think they're running something because of the pandemic, so that's in the game. Nathan's put that in, so that's the only one that's costing us. The likes of ROH, NWA, none of them affect us at all. So I'm hoping we should be in a good position here to get a show that ensures we grow as a company. Because obviously we haven't hit over the 44 where we should be getting in this region, and I hope we will do so today. If I just quickly look at that, you'll see here we're in the southeast. It's the Swisher Gymnasium, so a capacity of 1.5, 1.3 thousand fans. You see it's a full 1,000 over what we normally get for our tapings. But it's going to be interesting because we're in a falling economy right off the bat, but the wrestling industry is beginning to start rising, although both are in a very, very poor state at the moment. So this is something that may benefit in our favour, say 2022, mid-2022. I'm really, really enjoying it to the extent where I think we could get a lot of episodes out per week, maybe 2 episodes a week. So we could look to go quite far in this, but that's the aim. If I can get save it takes me right through until the next TW, that'd be fantastic. But so far, without jinxing, signs are certainly good. So I think, listen me blathering on, I think we've got a show to run. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Impact Wrestling Final Resolution. So we get the official attendance that was suggested, the 1,349. And we start off with our hype package to begin the show for our main event for the Impact Tag Team Championships between the Motor City Machine Guns, the North, and of course your Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows. All 3 teams claim their reason of why they will win tonight and leave as champions, and it is only a 41. But still, 41 is good for us. And in this case, because Ethan Page wanted to be unscripted, it causes a few others to struggle. But I think it hypes up the show well, you know what I mean? You've got the champions, you've got 2 exceptional tag teams that are challenging them. It really could hopefully be a spectacular main event, and one I hope should ensure we gain pop. With that, we start the show with some tag team action, and trust me, there's a lot over the course of this show. It was a decent matchup that saw Ace Austin and Madman Fulton defeat Heath and Rhino in 14:27 when Ace Austin pinned Rhino with a handful of tights. A 49 for the matchup is good. Obviously you're going to put the younger talents over here even through tainted means, and some good performances there. The good thing is about us doing week to week stuff is I don't really need to explain the storylines because you should know them. I hope I've told them enough. If not, that's on me as a booker and I need to highlight the storyline more. But good there, good matchup, I'm happy with that. As I say, Heath and Rhino will do good things, but as I say, if you've got a talent at 25, you've got to utilise them, and they've got to be your priority going forward. Next up, we have Chris Bey in the ring with a microphone, and he's just basically saying, you know, he's wanting that X Division title, obviously understands who the champion is and he ain't going to give him a shot, but he's still the best cruiserweight in the world, and there's no one that's as flashy in the ring as Chris Bey. So a 41 promo. I will say I don't know a lot about Chris Bey. I'd heard like who he is and etc, but in terms of character, that's on me. I need to watch more Impact Wrestling. I'll learn that over time. But Chris Bey cuts that promo. Of course somebody's going to accept that open challenge. Welcome Phoenix, or Phoenix, however you wish to pronounce it, depending on, of course, the way that Justin Roberts does it. But yeah, basically, obviously former Impact Wrestling, he was a wee spell there, or currently EW, but also with AAA, so he was someone that was available to come in, and I was like, absolutely, yes. That's going to be someone that's going to give us fantastic matches. It says held back by the language barrier. Not necessarily. I mean, I watched the Sami Guevara blog and he seemed to have decent English there, so I don't really see that being an issue. But a 40 rating there, apparently was held back by the language barrier. Hopefully, obviously, the game will let him pick it up over time. But the reality is, our second contest is going to be Phoenix versus Chris Bey. And that matchup had good wrestling, a decent reaction from the crowd, and Phoenix defeats Chris Bey in 13:01 with the Meteora. A 51, very acceptable, great performance from Phoenix. As I say, he'll be up and down the card when we can utilise him. Unfortunately though, sustains a blown eardrum, so that could take him out the tape-in, so that's one thing we'll need to keep an eye on as well, is any injuries can take someone out for a month if taken straight off the bat. But delighted with that. It's a good showcase match for both guys, and a 51 rated segment. Thanks, Gail. Moving along, we had the Knockouts Tag Team Championships, and in a match that had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. The team of Ashley Vox and Delmy Exo, Team C-Stars, defeated Taya Valkyrie and Tennille Dashwood in 10:17 when Ashley Vox pinned Taya Valkyrie with a fast roll-up. Meaning your new Tag Team Champions are Team C-Stars. Now, this was an interesting one, but I just felt like, do you know what, let's go with underdogs, let's give them the victory here, and you know, we can have everyone chasing after them. So a good victory for them. Storytelling match, and I think we've had to protect Taya as well. Yep, that's to be expected, but as I say, good win, and hopefully we can open up a lot of avenues for our Knockouts tag division. And they celebrate to a 34. That's pretty good actually, considering what other things are getting. Next up, we have Don Callis, who obviously was a bit annoyed with the situation with Deonna Purrazzo, and he said he was going to give her some real competition. And similar to what AEW did, we have brought in Thunder Rosa, and she is going to be facing Deonna Purrazzo in what could be a potentially epic matchup in our Knockouts division. So really, looking forward to that. And that was a 32. And then a decent matchup. Deonna Purrazzo defeated Thunder Rosa in 13:40 by pinfall. And this was due to distraction from Kimberly. Deonna Purrazzo makes defence number 1 of the Knockouts Championship. So a good win for her, a 46. Unfortunately, Thunder Rosa was off her game as she debuted her mysterious gimmick. But I feel like it's someone that can come in with good performances and can mingle with a lot of the stars on the Knockouts roster. And yeah, just in this case, you've got to make your champion look strong. I can't have her losing on opening night. So a good win for her. And then Don Callis is out again. He says, well, you know, the only person I've had some issues with, of course, it's been the world's most dangerous tag team, Ken Shamrock and Sami Callihan. I'd like to introduce your opponents that are ready to inflict some pain, Silmani and Dinza, the inflictors of pain. So that was a 40. In the match itself, you just can let me know what you think of their names. It is just their surnames, but in about the had good heat and decent wrestling, the inflictors of pain defeated the world's most dangerous tag team in 14:13 when Dinza pinned Sami Callihan with the last chapter. That was a 52. Both guys debuting badass gimmicks, which had initial ratings of great. Another thing with these is it's just on like an open contract, just a simple handshake agreement, not exclusive or anything, to let them work elsewhere. I just felt like they could be someone that I bring in, but at the end of the day, is it Rosa that does MMA, but one usually will leave for MMA, so I always have to keep that in the picture. But again, we have to obviously save costs as well, so that's obviously a cheaper option, just doing that just now while we build up finance. So me know what you think of the Inflictors of Pain. We then had Eric Young promo on Rich Swann, which was a 40, and he just says he's ready to hurt him tonight. And that tag match was decent, and the team of Rich Swann and Willie Mack defeat Eric Young and Joe Doering in 14-16 when Rich Swann pinned Eric Young with a chicken fried driver. Joe Doering, the weak link, obviously not as over in the States. But a 44 rated matchup's okay. I don't really want to go with Swann and Young for this world title. I feel we need to get some bigger names out of the picture. And I feel in this instance you've also made Joe Doering feel look strong. Obviously him not eating the pinfall is going to be good for him. But a good match up there and a good win for the baby faces. However, Rich Swann is celebrating, dancing, and he's attacked by the returning to Impact Wrestling Ethan Carter III, and he just beats down Rich Swann. What will EC3 have to say about what's went down? Well, for that, my friends, we'll hear from him on the next episode of Impact. There's your reason to tune in, folks. And your main event for the championships was a decent matchup, and it saw the Good Brothers defeat the Motor City Machine Guns and the North in 21-12. The North went first, then the Guns, and the Good Brothers make the second defence of the Impact World Tag Titles. 52. Everybody with great performances there, in fact very even, between 53 being the highest and 49 being the worst. Machine Gun Carl Anderson was off his game, but overall, very delighted with that, and that leads to the show getting a 43. So we lose popularity in one region, that one region of course being the south, southeast I think where we're based, but we did increase our popularity in 53, and of course we do lose the points for broadcast quality, live event, etc., all because we're worse than that New Japan company, which is ironic because we're in an alliance with them. But not to worry, I'd rather make sure we're popular across the board and my finances are in check before we worry too much about nailing down one place. That fair enough, we need that to be popular down the line, but if we can be popular in most places, then we can obviously move the show about. So for once I can actually go to the main screen because there's no debuts to spoil. I can give you a bit of an idea of the financial situation, which of course can change in a day because once you go into January a few things pop up. So let's have a wee quick look. I've boiled enough. Where are we? Phoenix, a week from the fully heal. There you go, misses the tapings. Fantastic. Federal resolution was pretty good all round, which is good to see. So viewing figures, we had 4,869 view explosion. Sami Callihan says Thunder Rosa's got a great future, of course. Impact, Federal resolution had 48,000 viewers and just 23,000 buys and 0.04, so a long way to go with that. Premier Sports and Dish are unhappy because of the minimum requirements of production. That's fine, again, the financial situation, but before we target them, so I'll keep that there. Oh, so that's not bad at the moment. 82,000 profit, however, we do still have to advance, which will obviously see deductions for miscellaneous and tax, so I think we might spend a bit of money just to make sure we meet all the production values, keep Premier Sports happy, because that could be a decent network in the UK to start with before we try and move to a bigger name. But overall, it's going okay. I'm happy with it. I've now got to process through at the end of the year, which I've took part of 1 month, and then we've got a 4-week taping block. So it'll be 4 episodes of Impact and then straight into Hard to Kill. So as always, thanks for watching, it's much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed today's show, and hopefully I'll see you for that run to the next pay-per-view. See you soon. Bye bye.